Hi, I'm Coach Steve,
Hi, I'm Summer Wilson from Irvine, California.
and welcome to the show. This has been a long time coming. We've been going back and forth, but you've been super busy. Speaking of super busy, congratulations on your 2 mile a couple nights ago at the indoor championships. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was a super competitive race. It was nationals in Boston, so I was super excited going into it just because of the competition, and it was a super fun experience, like being part of the New Balance Elite Athlete experience, like getting the kit and being at the hotel there with all the athletes. And yeah, I was just super excited going in with the competition and I didn't PR, like it wasn't my best race, but I think I'm still happy with it. Can't be mad with sub 10 for the full 2 mile. I went 9:59 for the full 2 mile and 9:54 for the 3200 and I got All American. So yeah, I think it's just a great accomplishment to be All American in a crazy competitive race like that. And yeah, I can't be mad with sub 10. Like I said, I'm proud of like my consistency with being under 10. I think things are looking good for this season. And yeah, it was a super fun race and just a super fun trip. I got to be in a race with three of the other Duke commits, and we got to spend a lot of time with each other and went out to eat, and it was super fun getting to spend time with them.
Awesome. Does the trip from California to Boston, does that jet lag you any?
Yeah, I don't think I adjusted to the Boston time zone. My sleep schedule was a little bit messed up when I was there, but it was good. I don't think it affected me too much.
Looking at your resume, which is pretty impressive, it's really long. So we're going to unpack all of this, starting with I noticed you went to J. Sarah for your freshman, sophomore year.
Yeah.
Why did you transfer schools?
So in the off season, going into my sophomore track season, I started working with a private coach and I made a really big jump really fast. And that was really exciting. I had a great sophomore track season and I really wanted to continue working with that private coach for the rest of my high school season or the rest of my high school career. And I wasn't going to be able to do that at J. Sarah. So I decided it would be best for me to reach my running goals if I transferred to keep doing the training that was working for me. So yeah, I went to Irvine High School and I love it here and I'm really happy with my decision and I really like my new school.
And I think your decision paid dividends, obviously so.
Thank
Uh,
you.
I would say, in my opinion, your biggest accomplishment is your national title, your 3 mile, 15:14.
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
It felt so surreal to get the national record. Like throughout the race, I was hitting really good splits. I was 4:57 through the first mile and then 10:03 through 2 miles and it was in the back of my head going in. I was like if I could get the national record, that would be really incredible. I knew that my fitness was in a really great place with my workouts and I wanted to get the fastest time in the country for sure and PR. And so when I was coming down to the finish line, I could hear the announcer just saying like how fast my time was, like how fast my time was. I could feel the energy from the crowd and just it was so surreal when I saw the clock when I was coming in and just crossing the finish line and seeing 15:14 for 3 miles was pretty mind-blowing and just it didn't even really hit me like it's really hard to process that, like, I got the national record. It's just a really huge accomplishment. I'm just so happy that I was able to accomplish that, and yeah.
So throughout your track up until your senior year, from the looks of your all your stats, I would say the 32. I'm just guessing. The 32 is probably your main event.
Yeah, I think the 32 is my favorite event. Yeah, I love distance, and yeah, I like 8 laps around the track, and I also like the steeplechase a lot, which I do for, like, nationals during outdoor season, and I've had a lot of success with that, and that's an event I really wanna pursue in college. I think it'll be really good to have access to, like, the equipment to practice it because 'cause that's been kind of hard, like, not going into those races feeling super prepared, I guess. Yeah, my sophomore year, my first race doing the steeplechase, I had never, done the water pit before, and I actually broke the USATF national record for 15-16 girls in that race, and that was really exciting. I ran 6:41 that day. Yeah, I guess I just tried to not think about the fact that I hadn't gone over a water pit before, but there's a runner from Harvard who was in the race. I feel like I was just like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. Focus on the just getting over the barrier and yeah, I think it was super fun just to have a talented runner like that in it, and I passed her, I think, with 2 laps to go, and I just hit good splits throughout, and it was just, like, really exciting when I to run that fast, and yeah.
I do see you did run that at Nike Outdoors and you got third.
Yeah.
6:4 was that that
Yeah.
was that was 2025.
Yeah, I did Nike Outdoor Nationals, the steeplechase, both my sophomore and junior years, and I got 3rd both years, and both years I also fell on the first water pit. So very similar experiences, but yeah, I'd say it was definitely tough both years to fall like that, and because it was a really big setback to like, after I fell, I was, like, in the back, and I really had to, like, try to work my way up, and I was able to both years and get All-American. I got top 3 both years, and, I think it just taught me that, like, no matter what happens in a race, like, I can be resilient and, like, even if things aren't going well, like, I can still have a great finish, like, I can still accomplish something great, like, even if it affects my race, like, it's not over until it's over.
So I'm just curious, how deep is that fall off from you jump over the barrier?
I don't know, I feel like you try to just, like, push off of it. I feel like I think I can't remember, like, how I felt, but I guess just not, like, having the practice with it wasn't helpful. I just yeah, it was kinda rough, but I feel like throughout the race, like, after the fall, I just tried to, like, not think about it and just, like, okay, like, take it one hurdle at a time, and I don't know, I think I got more comfortable with it throughout the race and just tried to keep pushing forward.
Throughout the season too, I came across this video of you running the 32 with a bunch of guys, and you were smoking them. um,
Thank you.
explain that. Tell us your time that you ran for that outdoor 32.
Yeah, I ran 9:56 for the full 2 mile, which is a 9:52 3,200 split. And yeah, that was a really fun race. I enjoyed getting to run with the guys. Just to have that competition. Like there aren't too many girls that can go sub 10, so to open up my season with some guys who could do that was just really exciting. Yeah, I was pretty happy with my time. I know like I knew I was capable of a bit more, but I think I'll be able to tap into that later in the season, but I think it was just like a great way to open up my season, a really fun way to do it with the guys, and yeah.
And you can also add the California Interscholastic Federation two-time state champ to your 32 resume as well, which is impressive. Again, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so for CIF finals, I won that my sophomore year in the 3,200, and that was a really big goal for that whole season. I was thinking about that in all my workouts and everything. So to win that my sophomore year was super exciting, and then my junior season, I really wanted to defend that title, and yeah, I was pretty excited going into that race. I had low iron earlier in the season, so I wasn't feeling my best, but I was starting to come out of that and feel stronger in my training and everything. So going into that race, I was just excited to go defend my title, and it was just a great battle out there with Abby Arrington, from South Pasadena. She's running for Princeton now. We both just had a great race pushing each other throughout it, and I had a great kick at the end, which is one of my strengths, so I was happy that I was able to use that and finish strong that
Okay.
day. Yeah.
Back up here for just a second. You just brought up a really interesting point with the low iron. I think a lot of female athletes suffer from that, but they don't take the time to get it checked out. So explain, did you feel the symptoms of it? Did you feel weak? Did you feel fatigued all the time, never recovering?
Yeah, I just felt like I didn't feel like myself, and I wasn't quite sure why for a couple months. Like I didn't know because like you can still like have like you can still be training, and I didn't feel like my best, but I knew I was still like running and doing workouts and stuff. But when I was racing, I was like I knew I wasn't racing at my full potential, and so I got it checked, and yeah, I was low on iron, and then so I tried to start taking iron to get that back up, and in about like a month maybe about a month, I started feeling more like myself, and yeah, luckily I was able to start feeling good before championship season.
Let's switch over to cross country. That seems to be your jam as well. 25, you raced a lot. I see nothing but win, first place, first place. You took fourth at Woodbridge in the sweepstakes. Tell me about that. How'd that feel?
Yeah, that was definitely a super exciting race. I love Woodbridge. You get to race with the fastest girls from all over the country, and yeah, it's just a super hyped race, and it's really cool because it's really close to where I live, so it's definitely really fun for me and just a special race. So yeah, I was pretty excited throughout like my summer training, just getting ready to run there and compete with the fastest girls in the country. And I think that race for me, I think it wasn't like an A plus day, but I think, like, it was also, like, a good, like, learning experience for, like, how I should race because I feel like the race went out not super fast, but I was, like my race plan, I didn't really wanna lead throughout that first, like, 1.5 miles, but that's kinda what ended up happening, so it kinda caught me off guard, but I thought somebody else would take it out harder. Yeah, I feel like I was kinda holding back, like, it was like a 5:18 first mile. I think I learned that I learned after a couple races, like, I like to go out hard, like low 5s or under 5 for the first mile. So I think that kinda like, taught me, like, okay, maybe I should race more, like, focus on how I feel, not always just, like, how the race is going, and, yeah, I think I started my kick a little late, so that was also, like, another thing I took from that, but I was really happy that I got in top 5 because the top 5 girls go to the awards ceremony, and that was super cool, and yeah, it was just such a competitive field, and I was just, like, really happy that I got to race there and just I learned a lot from it, so it was a lot of fun.
You also have another very prestigious title. You have the fastest CIF 5K in history, and you broke somebody that's fairly well known. It's 5K. That would be Sadie Englehart. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so going into the state championships, I was coming off of breaking the national record and just in my training leading up to those 2 races, like, my coach was telling me that he thought I could get the all-time state meet record, and so I that was, like, in definitely my goal going into state. I knew at the rain course at CIF finals, I broke Sadie Englehart's course record there as well, like, in addition to the national records, so I think that gave me, like, a lot of confidence that I could run something fast on the state course, so I knew that I also wanted to win state champion, I knew that the competition was super incredible and that would be, tough to do, and so I just wanted to go out there and compete and just put my best self out there and just, race like how I like to race, like, kinda like how I talked about earlier, I wanted to, not race too tactically, like, just like, I wanted to run a fast time too, so I wanted to go out and it was like a 5:08 first mile, and then, yeah, just kept it rolling, and I made my move up Killer Hill and, on the hills after that too, and closed in a 5:07 last mile, and as I was, like, running in, I feel like I was just taking it all in, and I was like, "I'm gonna be state champion," and that was just, like, my biggest goal for my, cross country season, like, even back in summer training, like, it's easy to get caught up in, like, all, like, the early season meets that you're excited for, but I was always like, "I wanna win state," like, that was my big goal, and I was just trying to take that in as I was running in, I was, like, smiling, honestly, and then I saw the clock and I heard people yelling that I could get the state meet record and just crossing the line and seeing that I ran 16:20 for 5K on a tough course was pretty surreal just to get that the fastest time in California history it's pretty mind-blowing. I'm just super grateful that I was able to do that and just grateful for, like, everyone who helped me get there too.
So, with all these incredible accomplishments that you've made, how did you get into running?
I started well, my sister was running and winning a lot of races and getting all these medals. So I saw that when I was super young and that like inspired me, I'd say. So my first race was when I was 4 years old and I told my mom, she was running half marathons at that time too. So I told her that I wanted to win. And so I went out there and I won that first race. So that was fun. And then my mom had noticed my talent, my sister's talent for running. So we joined a club called the Equalizers, and that was I feel like that's when my passion like, I joined that when I was 6. I'd say that's when my passion, like, really started to grow, like, I loved going to the practices and being, like, with the team and everyone. The practices were, just, like, easy and fun, so I don't know, I really enjoyed it, and I started going to nationals, at the youngest age possible when I was 7 in the 7 to 8-year-old category and got All-American, and then just every year from there, I just kept getting All-American titles, and then the coach moved away from the Equalizers, then I joined the Pacific Coast Shockwaves running team, which was, like, one of the top teams in the country, so I think that was really exciting. I joined that when I was, like, 10, I think, and I still wasn't running much there, but the workouts were a lot more intense, so I think I started learning, like, how to push myself more, and I think that started to pay off as well, because then I started winning national titles and being a part of a great team that was also winning national titles and placing really high every year. I had a lot of accomplishments, and experience going into high school, so I was really excited just to start running in high school as well and seeing what I could do.
So, have you played any other sports or have you just run?
Yeah, I've done other sports too. I did club soccer until I was, like maybe from when I was, like, 5 years old to, like, 10. I quit when I was 10 because I wanted to focus on running, and then I competed in gymnastics too. I loved gymnastics a lot when I was younger. yeah, those are the main sports I did, but yeah, running definitely was my it's definitely my passion, so yeah.
So the big question, which do you prefer, track or cross country?
I love both. I think there are different things about each one that I love. I'd say for cross country, I love I feel like you have to be really gritty and tough. Like it's really like you have to be able to handle like the pain. I feel like I mean for both 100% you have to be able to handle the pain, but just you have to be gritty and you have to be able to handle tough courses and all the big hills and you have to know how to really like push yourself and yeah, so I like that. I like all like the different courses and yeah, just getting to race at like historic courses like the state meet and trying to get a fast time on that course. I feel like I like that aspect of it. But then for track, I love like the time aspect of it and like the splits and stuff like that. I feel like in track workouts, like I feel like they're really exciting because like you can like learn like the pace and like splits and paces and it just it makes me like excited to race if that makes sense. So yeah, I like that about track races, like coming by and seeing the clock. I feel like that's motivating and just like trying to chase after a fast time. So, yeah, and I feel like track also like the steeplechase is kind of like cross country because it's like jumping over the barriers. It's kind of like a hill, so
Yeah.
that's kind of fun too.
So how do you handle going into that pain cave? What do you think about? Where do you go?
Yeah, I feel like I just have to remind myself like how much I want it. Yeah, and, like, that I worked for it. I feel like I have to remind myself, like, that I put in the work and that I'm ready to do this and, yeah, just how badly I want it, I feel like. And also, I feel like just, like, hard workouts, like, help prepare me for that, like, I know what to expect, and I feel like I try to remind myself that, like, the hard part's done, although, like, the races are super hard, it's a little bit more fun to race because you have, like it's just, like, a great atmosphere, like, you put in the work at practice and you can just kind of it can pay off in the race.
Well said. Very well said. So what's a typical workout look like for you?
Usually like a 2-mile warm up, leg swings, drills, strides, and then like either like a tempo or like do you just mean like different workouts like a
Like,
tempo, track
so
workouts?
yeah. So
Yeah,
what,
so
go ahead.
yeah, it just depends like what the workout is that day. If it's a long run, usually like if I'm doing a workout in the long run, then the warm up's just like part of the long run. Yeah.
What's your favorite workout?
I feel like right now I really like track workouts just because I feel like the splits and paces I've been able to hit just are it's super exciting and it makes me just like really eager to race. It's really cool to see the splits and be like, wow, I'm really running this pace right now. So I've been really enjoying track workouts, like pace workouts on the track. Just like any of them, mile repeats, it's like whatever it is. And then like okay, I also my coach has always called me an aerobic machine. Like I love tempos and long runs too, but at the same time, like sometimes I just feel so smooth, like it's like a runner's high. But if I'm not like in the mood, then maybe if you're thinking too much, like, oh, I have this much left, then like you can get in your head a bit. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't think of like it just kind of depends how the workout goes. Like it's not like I have a favorite or a least favorite. It's just like yeah, like I just kind of like what they all do for me and how it can help me. I just try to think about like how it helps me, and that just makes me excited for the workout.
Do you get nervous before you race?
But yeah, I definitely did when I was younger. I would get super nervous. I think that's something I've been doing a lot better at. I feel like I just get like hyped and excited when I listen to music. And sometimes I'm like, wait, why am I not nervous right now? Like I should be like freaking out. But I think I've just gotten like so much better at like handling like the nerves and just trying to feel excited and just get hyped up. But yeah, everybody I feel like gets nervous. Like you definitely get super nervous. And it also depends on like what the race is and like how like high stakes it is and like how much I've been thinking about it in my training. But yeah, I definitely do get nervous. Like because like I care a lot. So I definitely, like I care a lot. So it definitely matters to me. Yeah, I get nervous.
So when you step to the line before that gun goes off, what are you thinking?
I feel like I just try to remind myself that like I've put in the work and I'm ready. Just I try to think positively and say like I can do this, but I feel like the mental aspect is something it's so important and I feel like that's something I need to work on honestly. Sometimes I'm like why am I not nervous? So I used to get really nervous for the pain. I think I've done a lot better. I think I've done better with not getting as nervous for the pain. I feel like I just try to just think about the race, and I feel like the pain just isn't as bad sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes I just need to push myself more, but I don't know. I think the mental aspect's something I want to work on before the race, just, like reminding myself that like this is fun and like I mean it can be fun. So just trying to remind myself to have fun and just that like I love to do this and yeah, I think that's something the second half of the season I want to work on getting a little bit more locked in on the line because I think that'll help me a lot more.
So how do you handle a bad race?
I feel like you really just have to learn from it because I feel like a bad race, like you can learn from it and it can help you like in the future, like whatever went wrong, like if you can figure out what that was, like it can help you in an even bigger race in the future. Like for example, like at Milrose, I got boxed in at the start and I was trying really hard to get around and I was running a lot of the race in lanes 2 and 3, and afterwards I was really frustrated that I didn't have a good race, really. I mean, it was 4:48 for the full mile. I just knew I was capable of a lot more than that. And, but I knew why it went badly. And that was what was important. And it made me like feel like, okay, like next time I race, like I want to get out well. And I took that into nationals and I got a really good start. And I think that helped me, like I learned from that and I applied it. And I think that like, yeah, like it's normal. Like if you have a bad race, it's good to be upset. Like I cry after a bad race. Like that's totally normal. Like if you're crying or you're upset, like that's because you care. So I think that's really important and you should recognize that. Like if you're upset about it, then that means that you care. So that's important. And I think something huge for me is like if I have a race I'm not 100% happy with, I just try to let it motivate me when I go into my next training block. Like I think like, okay, like this is what I've learned from that. This is my next goal. Like I just try to let it motivate me to like work harder and yeah.
Well said again. So tell me your best race memory.
I would say breaking the national record when I ran 15:14 for 3 miles, and that I also won CIF champion that day. That was really surreal. Yeah, just getting the national record was a huge achievement. Yeah, and then going into state the next week, I won state champion, which was a huge goal, and the fastest across all divisions, which was also a really big goal. So I was really happy about that. And then getting the fastest time in California state history, breaking the state meet record and the course record with 16:20 for 5K. Those 2 weeks were just really surreal and really special to me. So yeah, definitely definitely great memories for sure.
So obviously with the good comes the bad. Tell me your a bad race memory you've had.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's like a bad race memory. I feel like it was a good memory, like a great experience. Yeah, Nike Cross Nationals this year. Yeah, like I said, a super fun experience getting to bond with all like the other runners from California, and Nike does a great job of just with like the whole presentation of the meet and giving you gear and everything. So yeah, definitely a super fun experience. But the race itself, I was coming off of breaking the national record and winning state, and so I like the day before the race, I woke up with super sore legs, and I think the soreness was just starting to settle in. So that was definitely really frustrating because going into the race, I knew I was in contention for the win, and I was getting predicted for it by a lot of news things or media things, and I was just really excited for like the opportunity to race with the best in the country. I was just so excited about it, and I woke up with super sore legs, and on pre-meet my legs felt so bad, and I was really upset about it. But I think what I'm proud of is that like when the gun went off, like I mean on my warm up I was super frustrated, but when the gun went off, I guess I didn't think about it too much during that first mile. I still took the lead and just kind of went for it. Was just taking in the moment and just but yeah, the race did not like go super well for me. It was not a good race for me, but it wasn't like I did terrible either. Like it just wasn't what I knew I was capable of, which was disappointing. But I think like also just I knew why it didn't go well, so I couldn't be like too upset about it. Like my legs were sore going in. So I think it was just a little bit upsetting knowing that like I was coming off of 2 great races. My legs, they were tired in other regions. They didn't have to race that much like the weeks before they had been resting. So it felt a little bit like unfair, but I was just like, it's okay. Like I have to learn from it. Like maybe do a little bit less in the week going in next time that I'm in a situation like this. Yeah, I just tried to take it for what it was, and it was a super fun experience though. I just tried to enjoy it even after the race. Like even though I was a little bit bummed, I was like just having fun at the after party, and some of the other Duke commits were there, so we hung out for like an hour. We just sat there and talked, which was so much fun. But yeah, it was definitely a fun trip though. So it was still a good memory overall. Just the race I didn't perform to like what I know I was capable of doing.
But your perspective is awesome. I
Thank
hope
you.
people hear what you said. A lot of people drag the bad races with them. They keep bringing them into the next race and the next race, and it doesn't bode well for them. But you keep talking about Duke, so I'm going to ask you about that. Tell me about the recruiting process. How did you get into Duke? How many colleges did you look at?
Yeah, Duke was always a school that I had envisioned myself going to. So yeah, I was super excited talking to the coaches on all my phone calls. I really liked both of the coaches, and yeah, I was super excited for my visit. I don't know how many visits I did. Maybe I don't know. I did probably more visits than most people, which does take a lot of time, but I feel like it's honestly so important because it's important to make an educated decision for something like this. So yeah, and I talked to a lot of colleges, but I did try to narrow it down for the visits just because it does take a lot of time, but I still did visit a lot of schools, which it's honestly a super fun process. But yeah, on my Duke visit, I just like fell in love like the moment I got there. I loved the campus. Just seeing it was like wow, it honestly just felt like home when I was there. But yeah, the dining hall was amazing and just like the girls on the team were just so nice. So that was like a really big thing for me. And I also love the colors. I love blue and I'm wearing blue right now. It's like my favorite color. So that's not why I chose to go there, but that was definitely a pro. But yeah, I really wanted to go to a strong academic school. That was a big priority for me. So Duke definitely checked that box. Yeah, I'd say just like I really liked the coaches and just the girls on the team and everything about it. So I just felt like home when I was there.
What are you going to be studying?
I'm not like 100% decided yet, but I'm thinking economics as my major, but yeah, we'll see.
Awesome. Best advice from a coach.
I feel like this is kind of funny, but it was actually my senior quote in the yearbook. But one of my coaches when I was like super young, maybe when I was like 7 years old, like one of my club coaches said like the faster you run, the faster you're done. So that's kind of
I like
funny.
that. I like that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny for a 7-year-old to hear because yeah, it's just good advice for a kid.
Have you ever been injured?
Fortunately, not really. The only injury I've really had was my sophomore year. I had like an IT band injury. It wasn't super serious. I think I did have to take like a few weeks like off kind of, or I'd try to run and I was like, no, I probably shouldn't run. It hurts. So yeah, it was definitely maybe took a toll on like my fitness because I wasn't really able to train or race for like a month. I still got second at state that year. I was really proud that I was able to like still perform at the end of the season once I was able to start running again. I mean, that's like my only injury. Like I feel like I've done a good job of not getting injured. I think just um like prioritizing sleep I'd say is really important. But yeah, I haven't had anything serious.
So, what does a typical recovery day look like for you? Stretching, mobility.
Um I don't really do like stretching, which is bad. So I could probably do better, but wait, what'd you say?
Said Summer Wilson doesn't stretch. What's up with
Yeah, I
that?
mean, I stretch before, like I do, like, drills and stuff, like, before my workouts, but I don't stretch, like, after, which probably isn't good, but, I would like, I feel like sleep is just, like, huge, like, I feel like that like, you that's how you recover, from your training, and that's, like, I think the best thing for injury prevention, just getting good sleep every night, and I'd say, like, um I have, like, compression boots at my house, so I'll do those, like, when I'm doing schoolwork. Sometimes I'll, like, multitask. But, yeah, I'm not, like I don't have anything, I'm not, like, super, like, strict about, like, what I do for recovery. I just kinda, like, listen to my body, like, just try to get good sleep and eat healthy and just eat good food and sleep. So I think that helps.
What's the typical bedtime for you?
I feel like well, now I'm doing more, like, evening workouts most of the time, so it's a little bit later, like, because 'cause I'll, like, go to sleep a little later since I'm working out in the evening and then wake up a little bit later, so maybe, like, 10 or 10:30, but in cross country, I was doing most of my workouts in the morning, so maybe, like, 8 or 9. But yeah, I try to get, like I try to shoot for, like, 9 hours every night, like but, like, sometimes I wake up earlier, so I just yeah.
Are you a breakfast eater?
Yeah, I like to lately I've been making sweet potato pancakes if I have time. Otherwise, I'm actually vegetarian, so like if I'm more rushed, like maybe like vegan chicken or like vegan pizza squares or like a yogurt and then like before running, like if I'm doing a workout in the morning, maybe like oatmeal or protein bars are good and fruit. Yeah, stuff like that.
So, what's a typical day off look like for you? No running. I'm just going to chill. I'm going to hang out. What do you do?
I have 2 dogs, so I love spending time with them, and then I have, a pool and a jacuzzi, so, yeah, I like to do that. I think the jacuzzi is good for recovery too, so I guess that could go with the recovery thing, and then, yeah, just, like, chilling, honestly, I think is nice, yeah.
So, what's your running dream? Where do you want to take this?
I feel like I just focus on, like, one season at a time, but I've been running, like, my whole life, so I feel like I'm definitely like, running's always gonna be a big part of my life. Like, when I'm old, I think I'll still be running, so, yeah, I it's definitely such a big part of my life. I love it so much. It's my passion. But, yeah, I definitely focus on, like, the season I'm in. I'm so excited to run at Duke. We have like a super strong class of girls coming in, so I think the future for our team is really exciting. And yeah, I just try to focus and set goals for the season and just work towards those goals. I set big goals for myself, so yeah.
So
And
tell me your
also I feel like hopefully my kids run one day. I feel like that'd be cool. And I feel like maybe I could be like a coach one day when I'm older. I feel like that'd be fun.
that I can see 100%. So tell me your biggest fear.
I feel like maybe just like dangerous people. I feel like whenever I'm running by myself, I just like try to be like aware of my surroundings and yeah, like run with my phone. So probably that. Um, Maybe like alligators or sharks, maybe, but yeah.
So what do you think the most important aspect of running is?
I would say I feel like running teaches you like the value of hard work and how like hard work does pay off because I feel like I set really big goals for myself and I know I can reach those goals with hard work and dedication. So I feel like the biggest takeaway is that like hard work does pay off.
And who's your number one supporter?
I would say Coach Hurst, the cross country coach at my school. He's just been such a big supporter of mine and just really believes in me and supports me throughout every step of the process and just really, yeah, just supports me so much and really just like believes in me. And yeah,
Awesome. What's your favorite high school memory? Doesn't
I
have
feel
to.
like, I mean, I feel like all like I feel like the college recruiting trips were definitely really fun. You get to meet like a lot of like the other recruits who are great runners too and like you get to meet the team and just see like all different schools. Yeah, it's definitely super important when you're making a big decision like that. Yeah, it's just like a lot of fun. I feel like just like all like the big races too, just like all like the travel meets like state every year and like nationals. Like I feel like, because of running, I've gotten to travel, like, all over the country, so it's definitely super cool to do all that, and yeah, I'd say all those things.
So with all the traveling that you do, I'm assuming you have time to either watch movies or read a book. What's your favorite movie?
Yesterday well, like, on the way up to Boston, I watched Zootopia, and then on the way back, I watched Legally Blonde, so I really
Right.
liked both of the movies.
What's the last book you read?
I'm in AP Lit, we did Hamlet, yeah. I don't read, like, outside of school,
I don't know. If you
but
have
yeah, in
time.
AP Lit, we read books.
Uh,
Yeah.
if you were going to talk to a freshman coming into the sport, what would you tell them?
I would tell them just like be consistent and like I'd say like set goals for yourself and like you can't be afraid of like putting in the work. Like you have to just stay focused. I feel like that's just like a big thing. Like you have to stay dedicated. I feel like dedication is just so important in order to reach those goals. So you really just have to stay focused on like and you have to remind yourself like why you're doing it and how it's going to get you to reach your goals.
Well said. Very well said. So if I had to check your screen time, what would it say?
I don't check it, so I don't know, but I don't think it'd be, like, that high. I don't feel like I go on my phone, like, that much. I mean, I have TikTok, but I don't really scroll that much, honestly. So I don't even post that much, but also I have Instagram, which I Instagram's probably my favorite app, I'd say. But I also like YouTube, like, I love watching racing videos, so that's definitely one of my favorite things. I think you can learn so much from racing videos too, like, it helps you a lot as a runner. But yeah, I don't know, it's probably not, like, super high. I feel like I'm pretty busy with, like, training and school, but yeah.
So what's up next on the calendar for you?
My next race is Arcadia, the 2 mile, which I'm really excited for. I'm excited to just like get back to training. I feel like this is like a good like moment for me to just like kind of reset and like just like remind myself of like what my goals are. I just know I'm capable of more than what I ran. I mean, even though I got All American at nationals and ran 9:59 for the full 2 mile, which is like 9:54 for the 3200, I know I'm capable of a lot more. So I think just trying to focus in my training and know like what I want to accomplish and just put my head down and just kind of focus on what I want to accomplish. But yeah, I'd also like to do like a fast mile at some point. So maybe Mount Sac. I'm also kind of considering maybe doubling the mile and 2 mile up to like finals. I think that could be a possibility. I don't know if my coaches want me to do that though, so we'll see like when the time comes. But yeah, I think like also just like I have my eyes on state in the same way I did for cross country, just like keeping that in mind as I go forward.
I will be at Arcadia with my team as well. So I will look forward to you racing. That's all I got for the day. I appreciate you coming on the show. It's been a while, long time coming.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, sounds good.